Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ainul Azrin Abu Qasim and I'm from CS2485B1. Today I will tell you about the first chart, which is the number of permit issued based on country. So in Montgomery, the four countries that are stated, which are Montgomery, Frederick, Howard and Prince George. This data is being extracted for the number of building permits issued from 2000 to 2018. So the data consists of 38 cities overall. So from the chart above, we can see that the majority of the permits are being applied at Montgomery, because Montgomery have 34 cities out of 38 cities in the total permit application, which are 122,341. Next, the most permit being issued is at Prince George, which has 77 permit applications recorded under the city names Laurel City. Then the third in rank is the Fredericks, which is less than Montgomery and Prince George, and it stated the value of 63 applications from different applicants, and the list is Howard. As we can see at the chart, the most is at the Montgomery and the least at the Howard. This is because Montgomery has populated such as the number of population in Maryland, which is more than 1 million of people and citizens. So we can easily say that if the number of citizens increase, so maybe the number of the applications from applicants to building or add some renovations to their house also increase. This is because to overcome problems such as increase in number of family. Okay. Next. Okay, we go to the next chart, which is total number of permit issued based on region. Okay, so as we can see here, the region divided into two, which are capital and central. As we know that there are 38 cities based on 4 different countries that have been observed in this study. So we can see that for regions, capital monopolize the number of permit applications, which are 122,481 number of permits, and the rest of it, which is 18 that can be counted, which come from the central region itself. So we can see that here in capital there are many number of permit that been submitted, because many people living in capital region based compared to central region. For example, there are county under capital region of Maryland. It is consists of the wealthiest regions such as Prince George County, Montgomery County and Howard County. Many people living here because there are many facilities, accommodation or things that make people life easy, make people life easier compared to the central region. So I want to say again that people living in here have a best life compared to the central region. Capital is better than the central region. Okay, for the third chart is total number of permit issued based on status and country. So what is status? Status is divided into 4 categories, which are final, issued, open and stop work. Final means that the work in progress is completed after being issued. Okay, so we divided this chart into 4 categories. Into 4 status, which are final, issue, open, stop work, and 4 different countries, which are Frederick, Howard, Montgomery and Prince George. Frederick for red, yellow Howard, light blue Montgomery and dark blue in Prince George. So we can see that final issue status final has been monopolized compared to the three different status which are issued, open and stop work. The number of status that we final is 83,645 altogether when we total for Frederick, Howard, Montgomery and Prince George. We can see at this chart that Montgomery has highest number of applications that had been granted or permitted compared to Frederick, Howard, Montgomery and Prince George at 4 different status. This is because like I said just now and on the previous chart is Montgomery has number of high number of populations. This statement showing that local government have strict their standard procedure in order to grant an access for the permit for the applications. Okay, so for the fourth chart is number of permit based on waiting period for permit being issued. So what is waiting period? Waiting period is the time taken between the edit date and issue date of the data. Edit date is when the application applied for the renovation of his house, and the issue date is when the government granted for the permits. So this chart will measure in months, which is easy to observe clearly. So as we can see that permit that be granted under 1 month is the most likely to happen, and stated that the data is 91,363, followed by 12,801 application for 2 months and 5,851 application for 3 months. Other than that, we can see also that application that be rejected, application that been hold more than 1 year, and so on for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on in months. We can clearly say that if the applications or the contractors meet the procedure that been stated by the government, the government will take less time to granted the permits. So if this happen, they will know working progress been delayed in order to continuing and finally done the job. As we can see that government usually taken around 3 months to give access or to granted the access for the contractors or local applications in order to renovate or do something with their property or building or either house. So for the fifth chart is number of permit based on complete period of project. Okay, what is the complete period of project? Complete period of project is the time periods taken between the issue date and the final date. This means time taken for the contractor to finish their project. Okay, as we can see that here, disrupted monopolize the chart because in the Excel there are no final date. Majority there are no final date that been stated, so we have to assume that the project has been disrupted. So for the 1 month been taken to complete the project, about 12,047 number of projects, followed by 2 months, which is 11,201. Okay, generally we can see that there also a number of projects that taken more than 1 year to be completed in Maryland. has been stated, which are 3,977. Okay, as we can see through this chart, this chart tell us about the completed period of project in 1 year, which consists of 12 months. So overall, we can see that 74,088 number of projects has been completed in 1 year. This can show that contractors in Maryland has done their job efficiently and clearly faster than any other country, because some of the project in different country they take more time to evaluate or to finish the specific project.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Karunisa Midi Marion alias Muhammad Yusuf. I'm from CS248 5B1. The next one is the number of permit issue based on type of work. Type of work done by the contractor. This data generated by the top 6 types of work for applying the building permit from the data sets, which are construct, add, alter, restore or repair, build the foundation and install. From the chart above, we can see that the highest permit application is to construct the building with 59,133 permits. 32,152 permits are applied to add the building. 28,270 permits are for altering, and followed by restore, build the foundation and install with 2,438, 64 and 41 permits respectively. So we can summarize that most of the permit application are to construct the building. This because when the population keeps increasing, the demand for construct new building also increases. It includes constructing a new house to accommodate the big family in the house or building. This figure shows the permit application database on the type of building condition divided into 2 groups. The group is existed and new. The building is grouped as new if the type of work is constructed, which means the contractors are build a new building for the customers, and existed for the other type of work, including adding, altering, restoring, and installing. From the chart above, we can see that more than 50% of the condition building is for existed, with 51.73% and 48.27% are new building. This means that most of people are renovating their house for better comfort to accept new family members, as the population in Maryland is increasing following the year. Let's proceed to status of project by country. This figure shows the status of project that differentiate by country from the datasets. This group is formed based on a complete period chart, which 9-5. The complete status consists of the project that completes less than 1 year and more than 1 year. We can see that for Montgomery County, 84,970 projects are complete, and 37,371 projects are disrupted. From the chart, 48 projects are complete and 29 projects are disrupted for Prince George County. For Frederick County and Howard County, the complete projects are 36 and 11 respectively, and disrupted projects are 27 and 7 respectively. We can conclude that most of the projects are complete, and the contractor who takes the responsibility to do the project can be reliable for the next projects. This is because customers and local government organizations do not have a trust issue with the contractor. Local government organizations all the criteria as the best contractor for the project. Okay, this is the chart for number of permit issued based on condition, building and building area. This figure shows the building areas data based on buildings condition that divided into two groups that exist and new. The building area is categorized into three categories, which are big, medium and small. The big building area is for more than 3,000 square feet and medium for the area between 2,000 square feet and 3,000 square feet. The last category, which small, is for the building area that less than 1,000 square feet. The chart above shows that the small building area has the highest value for the existing building and the new building with 44,238 and 41,150 projects. The new building has the highest value for medium building area than existing building by 1,020 projects, which are 10,382 and 9,362 projects. The existing building has 9,766 projects for a big area and the new building has 7,601 projects. This means that most of the projects are monopolized by small projects. For the two conditions of building existing and new, the difference is 3,088 projects. This means that most customers are intended to renovate their building rather than build the new building. Last but not least, this is number of permit issue based on project cost. This figure shows the permit application based on project cost. The project cost is categorized into three categories, which are less than 100,000, between 100,000 and 300,000, and more than 300,000. This generates from the declared valuation in the datasets. From the chart above, we can see that most of the permit is applied for the project that costs less than 100,000, with 75.67% and 92,693 out of 122,499 applications that has been applied by the contractor. The least number of permits application is more than 300,000 with 1,251 permits and cover 8.3% of the overall permits application. For the range between 100,000 and 300,000, it was 15.96% with 19,555 permits applied. This means that most of the permits are applied for the project less than 100,000. This may because in the populous country, the cost of living is higher than another place, so people need to save their money for other essential uses.
There are 5 interactivity buttons that designing the dashboard, which is year, season, country, permit status and project status. The interactivity button is chosen because easy to click on and can make a comparison between them. The first interactivity button is the year. This button shows all the year that record in the edit date, issue date and final date. We start from the year 2000 until the year 2018. The year will help with generating different results. Follow the chart that explains from 9.1 to 9.10. The second interactivity button is the season. This button shows all the season generated from the data in the edit date, issue date and final date, consisting of autumn, fall, spring, summer and winter. This season is used to identify the highest permit application. The third interactivity button is country, which has Frederick, Howard, Prince George and Montgomery. The button used to differentiate all the chart. Follow follow the country that is available for accurate result during the comparison. The fourth interactivity button is status. This button consists of final, issue, open, and stop work, which help to analyze the chart generated in the dashboard. We find the relationship between the status of the permit and the time taken to complete the project. The last interactivity button is project status, which shows the complete and disrupted project. This can be used to find the reason why the project is being disrupted, which is because of difficulty or cost of the project.
Now I will show the demo of residual building permit issue in Maryland dashboard. The first objective is to identify the highest number of permits issued in the region, city and state, which the status changed to issue by year and season. From the dashboard, we can see that the total number of permits is 122,499. For the country, Montgomery has the big bubble in the country chart, so we can know that it has the highest number of permits. When we click on the interactivity button of country, we choose Montgomery. So the total number of permits for the Montgomery country is 132,341. We can analyze it by year and season. For year, we can choose from year 2000 until 2018. And for the season, we can choose the autumn, fall, spring, summer and winter. If we click autumn, and here we choose year 2001. So the number of permits is 611. With the permit number, the permit status of final is 407, for the issue is 202, for open is 1 and stop work is 1. Objective number 2 is to find the time-consuming pattern to apply for a permit based on edit date, issue date, and final date. Here we will use the chart of waiting period for permits in month and complete period of project in month. For the waiting period at less than 1 month, we can see that the total number of permits is 91,363, with the complete status is stage 2,747. For the disrupted, the number is 28,660. For the disrupted, for the complete period of project that complete less than 1 month is 11,390, and for the project that complete more than 1 year is 6,725. Objective number 3 is to visualize the relationship between work type, use code, declare valuation, and building area. For the project cost, the highest number is less than 100,000, which the total number of permit is 92,693. If we click on this chart, you can see that for the building area, small is the highest number with 34,679 for the existed and 21,522 for the new building. We can choose either big, medium or small. If we click at small, it will be highlight only the small building area. We also can know the type of work uh, based on the commercial building. If we click the commercial building that is existed, there are 63,266 with the work type at 52,152. For the author is 28,270, so on. Thank you.